A quick word for the YouTube viewers. You're going to see 4 screens on your screen. One of them's not going to be in use. Our friend Bear likes to hang out with us when we record these episodes sometimes, so their screen's just going to be off and whatnot. They're not going to be mentioned on the podcast version. They're not going to be on the show at any point. They're just here kind of chilling. But I wanted to explain to the YouTube viewers why there's 4 screens currently. That said, let's get going. One time, me and my ex-girlfriend really wanted to have sex, but didn't have anywhere to go, so we just decided to go into the woods at night. After 15 minutes of getting busy, I stopped and said, "I wish I had a flashlight, it's so dark." And my ex said, "Yeah, me too. You just been eating grass this whole time." A quick word for the YouTube viewers. You're going to see 4 screens on your screen. One of them's not going to be in use. Our friend Bear likes to hang out with us when we record these episodes sometimes, so their screen's just going to be off and whatnot. They're not going to be mentioned on the podcast version. They're not going to be on the show at any point. They're just here kind of chilling. But I wanted to explain to the YouTube viewers why there's 4 screens currently. That said, let's get going. One time, me and my ex-girlfriend really wanted to have sex, but didn't have anywhere to go, so we just decided to go into the woods at night. After 15 minutes of getting busy, I stopped and said, "I wish I had a flashlight, it's so dark." And my ex said, "Yeah, me too. You just been eating grass this whole time." Hello, everybody. What is up? Welcome to Whatever with Jason Soto, the comedy podcast that single-handedly saved the ozone layer back in the 80s. I am your host, Jason Soto. Hello, everybody. We're back. I am joined by my co-host, Rob Branch. Hello, Rob.
I like that. That was good.
And Lisa Sally Haynes. Hello, Lisa.
Hello. How's it going?
Going fantastically. So just a reminder to the listeners, we are now putting the episodes as a video package up on YouTube. You can go look for the Rabbit Hole Podcast YouTube channel. Just do a search for it. They do have a handle thing that they had me make, but it doesn't ever want to get used for some weird reason. But if you do a search for at Rabbit Hole Pods, you should be able to find it, or do a search for Rabbit Hole Podcasts. One of those 2 things will come up, and you'll be able to find us up on YouTube. And you should follow it anyway, because, second the announcement, we stream stuff on Twitch every now and then, twitch.tv/Rabbit Hole Pods. And then the day after, I upload those videos up onto YouTube. So if you didn't catch it live, you can eventually watch it up on YouTube. We do got a couple of things going on. Saturday, February the 4th, me, Lackey, and as of yet to be determined 2 other people are going to be playing a game called Fiasco. It is kind of a role-playing RPG style game, but think like if, I don't know, the movie Fargo was a role-playing game, because there's going to be like crime and a mystery and terrible situations. That's why it's called Fiasco happening, but it's all done as if it's like a RPG Dungeons and Dragons.
Jesus.
Hey man, I got like 19 thoughts going through my mind right now. All right, they get crossed. My wires get crossed sometimes. Anyway, that's happening on God damn it, Saturday, February 4th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, over at twitch.tv/Rabbit Hole Pods. Go there, go follow, and then you will get a notification when we go live to do that. And yeah, you will get that. So okay. Yes, so that will be happening then. Okay, let's get to some business, shall we?
We shall.
This is the part where Lisa does not pay attention to this. So
You got it.
I have hacked into Lisa's bank account and have stolen all of her money so we could be sponsored by Audible. audibletrial.com.
Buy yourself a cup of coffee.
audibletrial.com/rabbitholepod. You get to try it absolutely free for 30 days. You can download any audiobook, original show, or podcast that you want. After 30 days, you just pay $14.99 a month, and you get to access more audio books, shows, or podcasts. I'm having a difficult time reading today. Cancel anytime, and if you do, you get to keep anything that you've downloaded, so there's no risk of you losing stuff that you've downloaded, stuff you bought if you're in the middle of, I don't know.
Stuff you pirated.
War and Peace, you know. If you're in the middle of War and Peace, listening to that, you have no way of losing it. So there you go. audibletrial.com/rabbitholepod. You using that link helps us out, and you support the show. Also, kind of sponsored by RunPee.
RunPee.
It is an app you download absolutely free of charge. When you go to a movie theater and you go see the new hotness called Skinamarink, you can tell the app, hey, I'm seeing this movie, and depending on who you talk to, either you don't want to miss anything that happens in the movie, or you can go ahead and miss something that's happening in the movie. This is the most divisive movie I've ever seen, said on the internet. I thought Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar, was divisive. Holy shit, people are split on this fucking movie.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I enjoyed it.
If you're a fan of the movie and you don't want to miss anything, but then you got to go pee during some point of it, you just turn the app on, bring up the movie, it gives you when to go, and then you just go. And
wait, this is a real movie?
Yeah. I know you're out of the loop. It's fine.
So yes, it's a real movie, but unfortunately, Skinamarink is not on the app. Because it was released in very, very few theaters, and I don't think they had a chance to get to it because it was only in theaters for about a week or so. It'll be on Shudder next week.
Okay. That was the only movie I could think of that's in theaters right now.
And that's totally okay. The whole point got across.
Okay.
We're good.
Anyway, go use them because they are cool people. I love that app. People. I don't want that app to go away. If it ever does, I'm going to be fucked because then I'm just going to either be pissing my pants in a movie theater or I'm going to be missing all the good parts. So, yeah, RunPee, that is the name of the app. You should go check that out. So, all right. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Whatever Improv Troupe. I'm Jason Soto. I'm going to put on an amazing show for all of you people today. But first, I'm going to need your help. Yes, you in the audience right now can help put on this amazing improv story that I'm going to tell for you. But I'm going to need some help. You, sir, in the orange, can you give me an item that you would find in a garage?
Hammer.
Thank you. You, man, with the cat ears. I need a planet.
Jupiter.
It would have been funnier if you said Uranus.
Sir, again, in the orange, I need a number between 1 and 10.
3.
And back to you, cat lady. I need a name of a store. Any kind of store.
Almax.
Can I get a non-local name of a store, please?
Can I get a name of a store that no longer exists? A store, Kmart.
Okay, thank you. All right.
That was an inside joke for the
What I'm going to be doing for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to tell you a story, but I'm going to be making up the story as I go along, and I will be using those 4 items. So here we go. I'm going to tell you the story about when I took an improv class. So I met this guy in a Kmart, right? I'm just kind of shopping around Kmart, and he's just kind of looking lost or whatever. And I ran into him with my cart, and he's like, "Hey, watch it, buddy." And I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. I'm just in this Walmart in 1986 apparently, and I didn't mean to run into your cart." And he's like, "Well, you know how you can make it up to me? Take my improv class." And so to avoid a lawsuit, I was like, all right, fine. I will take your stupid improv class. So he gave me his address, and the day of, I went there, and it ended up being in this guy's garage.
That sounds safe.
It was in his garage, and he had a collection of hammers. Like, all the hammers you could possibly think of was just on the wall. And clearly he had to move his car out from the garage to have this improv class. So this car was just in the driveway. And so he set up these folding chairs in the garage, like in a circle. And there was only me, 3 other guys, and a woman there. And that was all that showed up for this improv class.
Are you sure this was an improv class?
I was starting to doubt that this was an actual improv class, because now I was getting worried. I was thinking, my kidneys in danger. You know, am I gonna get sexually assaulted somehow? You know, am I gonna be on the internet? Like, what's gonna happen? So I was worried. So we go in, and the guy gets up, and he says his name is Peter, but he says that's his real name, and he's actually an actor who was in Hollywood, and he was in a lot of famous movies in Hollywood, but he went under a stage name, and he did not want to tell us the stage name because he didn't want anyone to steal his stage name. I know that doesn't make sense either to me, but I wanted to look him up on IMDb, and he was like, "No, like, I'm on there, trust me, but I don't want to tell you the name, okay? It doesn't matter. I'm here to teach you how to be a better comedian," which I found insulting, but then again,
famous comedian Jason Soto.
I didn't know this guy, so I don't know how he could have insulted me in a such offhand way. He tells us all that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, dude, I'm super famous, and I'm in all these movies, but you know, I came to Indianapolis, because you know, I needed to get you stupid Midwesterners, taught in the ways of improv, because no good improv actor ever came from the Midwest." When I pointed out Second City in Chicago, he was like, "I don't know what that is, sir. Shut the fuck up."
Oh my God.
So, he then proceeded to give me my scene, and he was like, "Okay, you, the guy in the button-down shirt that looks like it's from 1974, I need you to pretend you're on the planet Jupiter." And I'm like, "Okay, who am I doing the scene with?" And I picked the woman, for obvious reasons. And he was like, "No one does the scene with her but me." And this guy would not let any of the other guys there do improv scenes with her. He was the only one allowed. And then I looked at her, and she looked a little worried. And I was starting to think, this is one of them situations I need to, like, secretly call the cops. Like, I didn't know what to do. It was really uncomfortable. So I'm doing my scene, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm on Jupiter." And then the guy's like, "No, wrong. You got to make it funny. Make it funny. Man, when I was doing my scene with Zach Galifianakis, he knew better when I told him Jupiter." And I was like, "What movie were you in with Zach Galifianakis?" And then he punched me in the face, and I was kind of out for a few minutes. When I came to, he and the girl that was there, they just kept saying 3 over and over again. Just number 3, like, back and forth. It was really odd. And then I woke up, and I'm like, "Dude, why the hell did you punch me in the fucking face?" And then he was like, "You're not in this scene. Get out of here." And then I'm like, "Well, you invited me here to take lessons from you, but you're not really helping me. You're just being insulting. You're being creepy to this girl." And then he proceeded to throw all these hammers at me, and I left. So, needless to say, I didn't get much of an improv lesson that day. But that's my story. And scene. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I hope you appreciated that. My name is Jason Soto. You can find me on MySpace. Go check it out. And we'll talk later.
Wow. I can't get that back for, just never.
Don't you guys love improv troops, guys? Aren't improv troops like the greatest thing on the face of the planet? Going by the silence, that means yes. They 100% agree with me that improv troops is like the best.
I might be married to an improv actor.
How does he do his improv?
So his are usually they're not like short form. It's not usually like, oh, I need this, I need that. It's the other thing. Like he tends to do these kinds of setups where there's like competitive games. So it's not quite whose line is it anyway, but it's got like a game structure where you have many different types of potentials that you play. So it's kind of like the improv. I know it's hard to put into words without sounding stupid, but he actually like he'll teach it to students because like in theater it helps you kind of shake off a little of the nerves. It's also there's like a misconception that you have to be like super clever and you have to make like pop culture references all the time, and it's actually a hell of a lot funnier if you're just very obvious about things. So I don't know. He actually just presented an academic conference last week. And he did his tarot improv format that he put together, and he had like 40 people in the section he taught. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. He had a good turnout. It was like a theater professors university conference kind of thing. Unfortunately, I don't remember what it was actually called.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Okay. All right. That sounds fun.
It's good. I mean, there's a reason why I don't do it because I can't, actually explain it properly. So,
okay. Well, everything that I just said was literally off the top of my head outside of the 4 things I asked for you guys.
Nice.
Like I literally came up with that on the fly.
Very impressive.
The Marty McFly?
Yes, the Marty McFly. Rob, do you have any experience with improv? And the answer is going to be no because you are fucking shitty at improv. I'm just saying your answer right now.
wow.
Once upon a time, you're a dick.
See, that wasn't even a
Beginning,
clever.
middle,
That wasn't even a
end.
clever comeback.
Made me
Didn't have
laugh.
to be clever. Yes, thank you, Lisa.
Sorry.
Yes, I have had experience with improv. I took 3 years of theater school.
Oh my god.
Well, 1 in the acting, 2 in the production. And I wake up every day thinking it's going to be a brand new world. Acting!
You know what would have been really funny is if I would
I
have
got
made
both
you,
of you.
if I would have made you do that scene.
Which scene exactly? The one you just talked about?
Yes.
Yeah, it would have got dark and weird, and everybody would have loved it.
Oh, it already went dark and weird.
You're
This
welcome.
show is always dark and weird. Where the hell have you been past
Oh,
115
what his
episodes?
sentence brought to mind for me is just
Oregon?
no,
Is it the state of Oregon?
no.
Damn it. I was hoping it'd be the state of
Show
Oregon.
us on this doll where the state of Oregon touched you.
Touched me on the Space Needle.
That's not a space needle.
Those aren't pillows.
Oh my god. All right. Well, so okay. This is an actual story that happened to me this time. This is true, I promise.
Is this one interesting?
In
Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Oh, acting!
I think we're gonna have an opening for a female co-host on this show. No, like 2005 or 6, I went to Lollapalooza,
Oh, I always wanted to go.
and there was a particular, like the last day. The last day of it was a Sunday, and we were kind of like. We kind of wanted to be there, but there was nobody that we wanted to see necessarily.
I know that feeling.
So we just kind of went to kind of hang out. And there was this part kind of like, so how Lollapalooza works is really quickly. It's in Grant Park in Chicago, and it's this giant park. But the stages where the bands play is like towards the like guess is the front half of the park technically, where it's just this big open field, and then they set up these 3 stages, and then every 2 hours they alternate the stages of what band goes where. That's how Lollapalooza works. So away from the main part, kind of off like to where the gate was, but a little off to the side, were these little smaller stages where there would be like, I mean, it varied every day. It would be like maybe some local band would do like a 15-minute set, or there'd be some kind of like show for kids. If like kids came, they can, they had like clowns and shit, do whatever. So there was this little stage that was off to the side. So on this particular Sunday, we decided to go check out this stage just to see like what was going to happen. Because it was never really fully announced like in the booklet. It was just like, whatever. This particular day was fucking wild when we do this. So, to tie it into the improv story, there was an actual improv troupe that was performing.
Get out.
It was 5 guys.
Oh,
and they,
God.
Okay, now here's the other thing about improv troupes. They give themselves the stupidest names you could ever possibly think of. What's your husband's improv troupe name?
He actually doesn't work with like a troupe right now, so it's actually more of a theater, so it's kind of
okay. Well, good. This group was called Mission Improbable, which, like, on the scale of how stupid of a name is, we're towards like the 10s. Anyway, that's what they call themselves. And so, they're doing their thing, right? And then they, of course, and then again, kind of like how I sort of did, they asked for volunteers from the audience. And so I shot my hand up and they picked me. But this was
shot my hand up.
Yes.
So you were that kid who's like overly eager and excited to go and be on stage.
Actually, yes.
Okay.
So they picked me, and it's one of those ones where I go on stage and perform with them. And so they were doing this like game. It was like a game that they, like, all the things were like game related, but it was a thing they called like TV remote control or something of that nature. Because one guy was off to the side and he had like a remote control.
Yeah.
And then what was supposed to happen was every time he went click, you're supposed to move and you're supposed to get a new partner to do a scene with. And you're supposed to be like doing like episodes of a TV show or something. And so I was partnered with 2 different guys, and like how it worked was it was like me, and then there was a guy to my right, and then every time he went clicked, I would move to my right, and then to my left would be a new guy, and then click again, I would move backwards, then it'll be 2 other guys, and then so on and so forth. It would just cycle through like that.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that game. That makes sense.
Okay. So I only remember one of the scenes. I actually cannot remember for the life of me what the second scene was, but one of the scenes was I was on a reality show as a custodian there at Lollapalooza. And all of our stories involved cleaning out the porta potty. That's all I remember.
So that was the theme, and every channel would have had to fit that theme.
No. It was a theme for the channel that I was on.
Oh, okay. They had themes?
I was in 2 channels. I don't remember the second channel, but one of the channels I was on was a reality show where me and this other guy, we were janitors at Lollapalooza trying to clean up the
and the fact that they even took that suggestion is a problem. Because you go to improv shows and there's always somebody when they ask for a career who goes proctologist or like, something stupid like that.
Yep.
And that's only funny in the moment somebody offers it, because once you try and do that scene, there's really nothing to it.
No, yeah.
And so most groups will be like, yeah, next. And they'll like hear it, but they won't take it. They shouldn't have taken that. But that's terrible.
No, 100%.
They took it. They took it like a champ.
And then the other, I cannot remember what the other thing was. I honestly can't. I don't think it was even that interesting. That's probably why I can't remember it. I just remember the janitor one because it involved just like shit. The one thing was about like tampons. It was just all the stuff.
They took every bad basic.
Oh.
Well, no. Like some of the stuff was them coming up with the thing, like as we're acting out. Like they would mention like the tampons bit or like it was weird. It was actually kind of a highlight because it was kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. If they do it well, it's good.
And it was interesting to be a part of. It was kind of cool. So I liked it. Now here's what else happened on this stage. Now that I told the improv story part. The other thing that happened on this stage, and again, I want to remind you, this is a tiny stage that's off to the side, not the main attraction, Lollapalooza. It's just a thing that, some stuff happens every now and then.
I can't believe this improv group didn't show up on the main stage.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get in
right?
trouble for like bashing on this group.
They're probably not even together anymore. I should probably look.
Somebody
look that up
yeah.
and see if they're still together somewhere. While I'm telling this next story. So the second fucking wild thing that happened was if I said the name DJ Mike, will you know who I'm talking about?
Not a clue.
No,
Lisa.
I don't think so.
If I said that he was the DJ, like the starring DJ for the Beastie Boys, would you know who I was talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
He showed up out of nowhere and did
That's
a set.
cool.
That's cool.
And he did like half an hour of just DJing music together and
That's awesome.
mashing stuff up. And
I thought he was doing improv, like a half an hour of improv.
yeah. Now DJ Mike was up there and be like, "Hey, give me a Beastie Boys song." No, he performed a set, and now if I said the name Perry Farrell, would you guys know who I was talking about?
Absolutely. He's the creator of Lollapalooza.
He showed up on this stage.
Wow.
And
that's cool.
He and DJ Mike did some Porno for Pyro songs.
That's cool.
That means anything. I'm just now saying stuff. Hopefully this
No, that makes sense. I know exactly what Porno for Pyro is.
No, I know you do. I'm just saying in general.
Rob only knows 5 songs. We've established this already.
This is true.
And then Marilyn Manson came on stage and started doing songs with Zach Galifianakis.
Who?
What?
Exactly.
Try it again.
Okay. Well, anyway. So yeah.
And Trenton Reznor came on stage and took a dump.
So in the middle of his own festival, Perry Farrell's just hanging out at this tiny ass stage, like off to the side, and he was there for a while. I think for almost like the rest of the night even, he was just hanging out. Like he's not even like, I think like fucking like the Red Hot Chili Peppers was performing at one point, and he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna hang out on this tiny stage."
I love that.
It was fucking awesome, and we did not leave.
That's cool, people.
We did not leave this tiny stage that whole rest of the day. We were just there because then we were just like, "What next?" Like fucking would Marilyn Manson like fucking actually show up? Like we didn't know because again, this was never scheduled. It was just a stage. And then just random things just happened. I don't know how it was planned, but
and then Marilyn Manson came on stage and blew himself.
Probably that happened Saturday night, I think. Okay. Yeah, so that's my Lollapalooza story. I had fun. I think I went 2 years in a row, 3 years. Wait, 2 years. I think it was just 2 years we went. Because one of the other years I remember, and I kind of hold a grudge against this, was I wanted to see Weezer.
Oh, sure.
They were the headliner, so they came on like at 8:00, and I was forced to leave. Yeah.
Why were you forced to leave? People you were with were old?
Yes, basically.
Well, that sucks.
That's basic. We'll just go with that answer for now. And I was just mad because I was like, I
would have been pissed.
And this is 2006 Weezer, so this was kind of like their comeback. Yeah. So this is kind of like, the Dope Nose era, if again.
Oh, sure.
If anyone knows those songs. But yeah. And then, of course, they would have done the 90s shit. And then,
they absolutely would have.
I'm just going to stare at this dot on the wall. Let me know when it's time for me.
You do that. You do.
Now that Rob is distracted, there was a bunch of tits there as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I hope that picked up on the recording.
It probably did because I heard you.
I heard you.
You heard what? I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard it all right.
I bet you did. All right. Well, anyway, I got one more thing I wanna discuss. Maybe this is gonna be an opposite end here. Man, you guys are busy in the chat.
They are.
So I used to do a show called I Have a Weird One, where I did true crime stuff. Now I'm a fan of true crime. I don't know if anyone knew this about me or not.
I had a figure. Yeah, a little bit.
I don't super talk about it too often. But yeah, I do true crime. Now I was reminded earlier of the story that happened when I was a wee lad. I was actually 12 when this happened. And I remember this happening very vividly. So I'm going to tell you the dark part first, and then I'm going to tell you the comedic part of this. And I promise there's a comedic part to this. It's not going to sound like it, but there's a real funny punchline to what I'm about to tell you, okay? So I'm going to give you like the very briefest version of this. So on January 8th, 1993, in the suburb of Chicago called Palatine, there was a place called Brown's Chicken. I don't know if I have no idea if that's a chain or if that's only local. I have absolutely.
It sounds like a local.
I don't know if that's.
Yeah, it's not something that that rings a bell for me.
I wasn't sure. Because I grew up with Brown's Chicken just everywhere. So
yeah, totally fair.
I had no idea. So Brown's Chicken in Palatine, Illinois, about 20 minutes from downtown Chicago. And on this particular night, 7 people were like brutally murdered.
Yikes.
Like in like the worst ways you could think of. And it was like so bad, like there's no crime scene photos of this on the internet, or they got scrubbed or something happened. But it's hard to find shit about this. But anyway, so on this night, yeah, these 7 people, they were just closing up a Brown's Chicken at like 9:00 at night. And then, when they didn't return home, like one guy's like wife was like, hey, my husband didn't come back home. Another person's like mother was kind of like, hey, where did my kid go? Like all this stuff. They were all worried. So they ended up calling the police to be like, hey, because it was 93. You guys gotta remember this is 93. So they were like, hey, we're gonna call the police and see, hey, my kid, my husband, my wife, insert whatever here, did not come back home. So they go to the Brown's Chicken. And they see that the lights were off and the back door was open. And then once they went and investigated, they found like the bodies all in the back kitchen area. There were some in a freezer.
Ew,
some
God.
were face down, some were face up.
Wow.
Like it was horrific. And
That sounds terrible.
Wow.
it was a mystery on who did this for 9 years. For 9 years, nobody know who did this. It was always like it gets bought up. There was always on the anniversary, the news would always bring it up and be like, "Hey, 2 years ago, Brown's Chicken." It's actually literally called the Brown's Chicken Massacre. And so
Yikes.
they were no idea who did this. So we now are in March of 2002, and this girl named Annie. Comes forward to the cops and says, hey, those murders that happened 9 years ago at the Brown's Chicken? I think my boyfriend had something to do with it because he was bragging about it the other day.
Yikes.
And so the cops investigated, looked into this, they arrested the guy. And what the guy, now we're going to get to the humorous part. So if you thought this was dark, here's the humorous part. They arrested the guy. They got DNA from him, and what he didn't know was the guy that they arrested. What he didn't know was they dug through the trash at the restaurant and found a half-eaten piece of chicken, and they saved it. And so they matched the saliva that was on the chicken to this guy, and it was a match.
Holy shit.
In case you didn't pick on that, this guy is murdering people and he's eating the chicken as he's doing it. And then he just simply puts it in the fucking trash at the crime scene.
Oh my
Like,
God.
okay, I'm not advocating anyone to go murdering people, but if you're gonna fucking murder people, don't fucking eat there or take the
Don't
thing
leave
with
shit
you.
at the crime scene.
What the fuck, man? And
Oh my God.
and this is twofold. One is that, and the second thing, why the fuck are you gonna brag about fucking murdering people? Like, what fucking?
Because he thought he got away with it.
No,
He's
I'm
an
sorry.
idiot.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, Lisa, I hate to use it as an example, but
Jason.
you're married.
Yes.
So
Rob!
I have to use you as an example. I'm very sorry to do this.
Okay.
If Neil just came to you right now and was like, "Hey, 15 years ago, I murdered like these teenagers at this like school and I got away with it. So I'm telling you now, like you would be fucking freaked out, right?"
Yes.
Not even because Neil's like a super nice guy. He is a super nice guy and I can't see him murdering people, but just the fact that he'd be like, I'm gonna confess to my wife, girlfriend, whoever.
Yeah.
He's
Not.
like, why would you think to do that? I don't
Nope.
understand. I don't understand the thought process that goes behind these people.
That's not. That people are stupid. People are stupid.
So, I mean, it's a good thing this happened because he got caught. He did this with some other guy. He turned him in and they both got arrested. They're both now in prison. So the murders got solved. That's the good part of it. But I'm just more, I guess this is why I like true crime, just because I'm fascinated at the mindset of these like fucking psychopathic people who go murdering people. Cause it's like, what are you thinking? Like, what is in your mind? What's in your brain where you're like, I'm going to do this. What makes a person want to do this, first of all? And then on last of that, why would
you admit? Yeah, people are just
Yeah.
fucking dumb.
you know what I
Dumb.
mean? Like, you got away with it. Wonderful. Okay, you're going to be a dick. You murdered 7 people just for how much did they steal? Like $2,000. That's basically what they stole. They stole $2,000 in 1993
It's
money.
terrible. Terrible.
In 1993 money, they stole $2,000.
No.
Which I got to give it up to the Wikipedia person that they inflated
They
it.
actually looked into that. Oh, that's funny.
And it's actually $3,500 in today's money. And so
Because priorities.
you got away with it. The cops are confused. 9 years has gone by and they're like, we don't know who murdered all those people. We talk about it every July 8th on the news. And now the guy's like, you know what would be a great time for me to do?
People are stupid. I can't. Like, it's exhausting how stupid people are.
And I bet the other guy that was with him was probably pissed because he didn't say shit.
God. Yeah, really.
Like, thanks, Dick.
The other guy was like, what the fuck, man?
Not
We
good.
had a pact.
Fucking-
Shut
Not
up.
good.
people.
Not good.
We
Fucking
we
people.
keep the money together. We shut up. We don't
And
say shit.
And the third thing, this is gonna make this a little more sad, I guess. It's like you're stealing. You went there just to steal money. Why are you gonna murder 7 innocent people who are just like working? You know what I mean? Like that. This is the other reason why I get
Just
fascinated
minding your
by
damn
true-
business.
by true crime shit. Is just like, why does this shit happen?
It's unnerving.
I mean, the 2 people who murdered didn't know the people. Well, unless I missed something. Hang on.
So it was probably a crime of opportunity.
But even then, I mean, my God.
I just keep reading the part about they found the partially eaten chicken in the garbage and kept it. That just cracks me up.
Yeah.
One of the guys that did the murder used to work there.
Oh, so he knew.
But still, to just murder everybody, like that's extreme.
Yeah.
Like 7 innocent people from varying ages, from like a teenager up to like I think it was like a 40-year-old, a 50-year-old maybe. Like varying ages of races and sexes and everything, just minding their own goddamn business, closing up a Brown's Chicken.
7
And
innocent people.
Then they get
And then
fucking
go-
murdered for $2,000.
That's not okay. It's just, ugh.
It's just
Well,
weird.
there are people who kill like that for nothing, let alone
That's
2
even
grand.
worse.
Like, I'm telling you, it's all horrible.
Now, and I don't see anything in this Wikipedia, and I didn't do that much research in this. I wonder if this was like a personal thing. And then they did the money as an afterthought. Like, let's make it look like a robbery. Because that happens sometimes.
Well, because that's always that's the way.
because
Like,
they'll see that
that's the way they do things like this.
Because, like, again, of all the other true crime shit that I've watched, that's always their mindset of like, hey, this person, fuck you. I'm gonna go to your job, murder you and your coworkers, but I don't want people to think it's me, so I'm gonna steal the money, and then they'll be like, oh, it's a robbery gone wrong.
Throw them off the lead.
And again, 1993, I don't know if they had security
Yeah,
cameras.
it's true. 1993 people are dumb.
They had security cameras. I mean, I guess not. This guy went on the lam for 9 years. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of, I just ran into the story, and I do think about it every now and then, because I remember when this happened.
Yeah.
Like, this was on the news every single day for a week. Like,
I'm sure. Well, if it was that terrible.
It was just people speculating about stuff, and like, and then they would like recap the whole thing. I'd be like, in case you're joining us on day 4 of the Brown Chicken Massacre, 9 or 7 people lost their lives, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, all right, man, I'm sorry they're dead. I'm sorry. And I'm 12 at this point too, on top of that. So I'm like, come on, man. Like, all right, I get it. Can we just wait till there's an update? Like, can you like tell us if you caught the guys? Like, I'd be okay with that, but just to be like regurgitating the same news feed over and over again, like, this is like the birth of CNN, really. If you really think about it.
This is CNN.
That's how it works. 24-hour news cycle.
Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that story, because that was, and they're still in prison. They're still alive. They're still in a prison over in Illinois somewhere. I don't know where this prison is, but.
Yep.
Funnily enough, they ended up having to close the Brown's Chicken, because obviously, but the building stayed up for a while. Then it got turned into a laundromat, and then that didn't do well in business. I wonder why. And then they just eventually tore down the building. And then now, if you go to where the address is, there's a Chase Bank there. So,
I mean, that's worth killing for, to be honest.
To be turned into a Chase Bank?
Yes, I would definitely, just to be turned into a Chase Bank.
Okay. You personally be turned into a Chase Bank? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who wants some money? Slide it down. Ring, ring.
Could have probably reported that better. All right. Anyway, with that said, it's time for the mixtape. All right. This week, Rob, you have the mixtape. What of your 5 songs that you know about do you have for us?
Poor Rob.
I didn't think you were concerts or something, man.
No. To be fair, you messed up on one of them, so I didn't know that was still on there.
And that is on me. I will fully admit that's on me.
Wait for song number 6.
The fact But the fact that you sent me your response, like within 5 minutes of me saying, hey, you got the mixtape, made me think you only know 5 songs, and this is one of them. That was one of them. Anyway, what's your actual one that's going to go on the mixtape?
My actual song is by the daughter of Frank Sinatra, and it is, it's Nancy Sinatra, and the song is Bang Bang.
Ah, yes. If you see the movie Kill Bill, you know the song.
Oh, yeah. If you know Kill Bill, you know the song.
Yep. I did like that song, too, when it was playing during the movie.
It is a lovely song.
It's a good song. You know what? I give you shit, but this is a good pick. So
it is a good song.
I'm gonna give you that. So I can't wait for you to bring this up in a month when you're like, I don't know what other song to put.
My number 6 song is Bang Bang by Frankie Valentine.
If you follow me on Spotify, Rob, I have like 1,000 playlists with 1,000 different songs. Granted, they're mostly 90s, but
yes, that was a dark time.
At least it's not the the same 5 songs over and over again. Okay, actually, speaking of,
It's just the same 5 bands over and over again.
I've been going outside the box of my normal comfort zone lately with these mixtape picks. I've been kind of going the indie route, if you will, and today is going to be no exception. I don't know if either of you have heard this song before. It came out in 2022. Came out last year. The guy who does the song, his name is Steve Lacy, and he was on Saturday Night Live.
I thought you were going to say the guy's name is Steve Harvey. That would have been awesome.
No, his name is Steve Lacy. He did this song. I first heard of this song on Saturday Night Live, and he was a musical guest, like September, I think. I'm
having deja vu. Did you not do this last time?
No. I may have had an SNL song before.
Jason only knows 10 songs.
This is true. No. I'm looking at my previous.
No.
No, I don't.
Okay.
My past few songs have not been from SNL, so I don't know. Maybe there's a glitch in the Matrix.
Wicked deja vu.
Maybe
deja
there's a glitch
vu.
in the Matrix. I don't know.
There must be, because damn.
Because before this one was REM. Before that was Leonard Cohen. Before that was Augustina, who I knew about that song before. They might have been on SNL, but I don't think I heard it there. MGMT before that, so I don't know. I can't explain it, Lisa. But anyway,
I digress.
The name of the song is called Bad Habit by Steve Lacy.
I seriously haven't. I dreamed this like last week or something, because damn,
that is really fucking freaky. That's seriously
It's weird.
That's
Did
weird.
we talk about this in some other avenue?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I really don't. Because I saw the performance on SNL and I liked the song and then I forgot about it. But then because it's January, a lot of YouTubers and people do like their best of 2022 music, and this showed up on a lot of lists. And then I was like, you know what? I like that song. So I went and sought it out and put it on my Spotify finally. And I've been listening to it a lot, to the point where it's been in my head all day when I was like, I'm going to make this my mixtape pick. But I just been singing the song nonstop. Now, before you guys look it up, I'm going to play it during the break so you guys can hear it. But that's going to be my pick, my mixtape pick for this week.
Ooh.
Now, again, for the YouTube version, I cannot put these songs on the YouTube video, unfortunately. So what I would ask for you to do, if you wanted to, I'll put a little black space in the video, pause it, go listen to the songs, and then come back. That's my recommendation.
Make sure you click that like button.
And click the like button and subscribe. Thank you, Rob. All right, we're going to play those on the podcast. And when we come back, we're going to do some good for once, you guys. Let's do something positive.
That sounds good. I like this idea.
We'll be right back. Hey, let me interrupt the current podcast you're listening to so we can tell you about Musically Ignorant, hosted by me, Jason, and my pal Lackey.
Hi, I'm Lackey.
We discuss all kinds of music from mainstream pop acts like Ben Folds and REM,
And very obscure acts like Cabaret Voltaire and Black Moth Super Rainbow.
I think you just made those names up.
I most certainly did not.
Well, I guess that's why we named the show Musically Ignorant.
Indeed, you rapscallion!
Now, before Lackey turns too much into a 19th century professor, you should check us out on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, or our home website, rabbitholepodcast.com.
Jason, have you ever heard of this Lizzo person that's trending on Twitter?
Oh man, I got my work cut out for me. All right, we're back. Let's help somebody. Let's help some people. We're going to help one specific person, actually. I got an email the other day, And this person was asking us for help.
Oh, okay.
And I want to thank this person. I will say who they are at the end of it because I don't want to get you guys' expectations up or down, depending on your feelings. Hello, everyone. How are you all? I hope you're doing well on this fine evening or morning, afternoon, whatever time of day. So, a few weeks ago, I get a Facebook request from this girl who I saw was mutual friends with people I know. We message each other here and there, and I found out she lives in California and works at an offshore oil rig. I thought that was pretty cool that she gets to travel to many places, and we would randomly text each other about things. She would casually ask me about how my day was, and I would ask her the same too. Things started getting slightly odd when I asked her to send me a selfie, and she said that at the rig she is unable to send me a photo while at work. I can understand taking photos at work would jeopardize some sort of contract she had with her employer, but she can't even take a selfie in her own room. When she did send me a pic, it was one that I already saw in her Facebook post.
She's cheating on him.
She continues to text me, and we talk about goals and dreams we've had. Then one night she texts me and asks what is my plan involving her. I text her back saying we just met and I don't start having any feelings till I actually met the person in public. I also asked her to send me a selfie photo and left it at that. I got no response now, and now I want to know, did I do the right thing? Thank you, the Vern.
Oh, Vern!
See, this is why I don't want to say who it was until the end.
I'll let you go first, Lisa.
Yeah, please, Lisa.
Was he doing the right thing in asking for a selfie?
Like, I guess being pushy. No, I don't say pushy. That's probably the wrong word. But insisting on a selfie.
No, he's not. He's not in the wrong here.
Yeah.
Because nowadays there are a lot of people who misrepresent themselves online.
It's called catfishing.
And you never know. Yeah.
I'm going to get to that.
You never know who it is you're talking to.
Yeah.
And you need to be certain. And you're not an asshole if you're asking for a photo. Now, if it's one of those things where you're saying, I need a full body shot, then you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, okay, hi, I'm shallow. I need to be dating a supermodel. And you know what? Fine. But you better be one yourself.
But
the bottom line here is like, no, to want to know who you're speaking with is not out of the question at all.
Okay. Rob, I'm going to go to you and then I'll give my thoughts.
Well, I agree. I mean, she works on an oil rig in Alaska. I mean, California.
Yeah, not to mention, what likelihood is this if they're getting together? Like,
yeah,
really?
Are there actual oil rigs in California?
I'm sure there are.
Okay, there possibly could be, but so we're talking out of state territory. We don't know if this we don't know if this individual is catfishing Vern or not. And if she was, I'd bust her kneecaps.
Did they ask for money?
I got your back, Vern.
Yeah, that's a good question, Vern. So, okay. I do watch the MTV show Catfish, and everything you've just said here is like line by line what a catfish does.
Oh, yeah.
So they have a profile. Take your pick: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever the fuck.
MySpace.
Whatever the kids use today. And I'm sure TikTok at some point. But anyway, they'll make a profile, and then some poor sap will come across this profile, be like, holy shit, this chick is hot, and then message her and then be like, hey, we should meet, we should date, blah blah blah. They only talk through text, which according to this is what it sounds like. That's all they've done. Yep. I've not seen any indication that Vern was like, let's Zoom, let's call, let's do some kind of video audio thing. I've not seen him say anything about that.
Yep.
He asked for a picture. She comes up with an excuse as to why she can't take a new picture. And when he gets very persistent about it, she sends a picture that's already on said profile that he saw.
Nope.
And now she is not responding when he super insists a new picture, which is making me think.
Which means he needs to move on, find somebody new, Vern.
Which making me think that this person is not a good catfish. They could not think of a new picture. Whoever is behind this only has limited pictures and put them all up on this profile picture or profile period, and was like, oh shit, and can't get any more.
Yep.
Clear sign. Vern, you're being catfished.
Yeah, you are. When I was up in Muncie going to college, I needed a roommate, and it was on, actually, ironically, I think it was on either Facebook or MySpace at the time, I can't remember which one. And there were, these were these models, I'm going to be in town for a couple of days. I need a place to crash and put my stuff, and I'll send you this money, and all you got to do is just, send me money. It's legit money, and I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, no, it's great. I'll have my manager contact you. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. This doesn't, it's not adding up. Something's not right. And one time when I did this, I took the money to a bank. I asked to speak with somebody, and they were like, I was like, hey, look, I showed them the message, and I showed him everything, showed him the money. He goes, yeah, this money's fake. He just flat out, he's like, yeah, this money's straight up fake, man. He showed me another, I almost got catfished twice on that. And then another person sent me a check, and the check, how a business check is, you got the name, money, all that stuff.
Yep.
What they did was they acid sketched the name off of the check who was being paid to, and put the money in there.
That's creepy.
And I'm like, dude, seriously, you don't think I'm gonna not know that this is a fucked up check? Legally, do you think I'm a fucking idiot?
There are people out there who are stupid, who will not know.
Yeah, you can't,
There are people.
You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
There are people who get taken in these kinds of scams all the time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I, back in the early 2000s when I was doing online dating, I thankfully have not.
Good reason not to do online dating. Here we go. Come on, Jason.
Pretty much. No, I never got catfished. Everyone
I don't know if I did, because people
You're
might
married.
have
It
blown me
doesn't
off.
matter.
No, but I did
before.
online dating for a while,
Yeah.
so certainly could have been.
Lisa had a life before she got married, Rob. Come on.
I met my husband online on a dating app.
There you go. And he turned out legit. So, happy ending there. No, but I don't even know if that was even thought of back in the early 2000s.
It was thought of, but it wasn't called.
Do you think it was?
Oh, of course it was. Yeah, people were doing it when AOL was new. And chat rooms were,
but in a dating,
new.
It's one thing to be in a chat room and just be like, "Oh, I'm going to pretend to be somebody else," but it's another thing to be like, "I'm going to pretend to be someone else and try to date somebody."
Yes,
people were doing it in the 1800s.
Anybody, you're just trying to get money from people. Absolutely, people have been doing it since it started.
Pen pals in the 1800s, "Oh, I am really thou'th a woman."
What do you look like? Here's a picture of my leg.
Send me pictures of your ankles. Ooh.
Your ankles! Oh my God.
Oh, steamy ankles.
Good grief.
Here are the thou'th ankle pics you've asked for. I thankfully, everyone that I was romantically interested in while I was doing online dating, I actually did get to meet in real life. Every person that I've had the opportunity to have met that I've met online during online dating ended up being real and not a catfish, which I'm very grateful for. So I think Vern here is 100% being catfish. I'm sorry, Vern.
Yeah.
Unless you can find some more concrete evidence
Stop
that this
wasting your
person's
time,
real,
Vern. Nope.
you're
done.
You're gonna have to just cut it off. Just be
You're
like,
done. You're done. Move on.
Yo, prove here, Vern. I'm gonna tell you what to type. I want you to get your email open, your text open. No.
Nothing.
No. Let him do this. Okay, I don't know what her name. Dear Catalina.
Dear Catalina Wine Mixer.
This is the Vern speaking. I need some evidence that you are indeed a
he
real
has already
human
asked.
being. I need you to take a picture of you holding the following things. A plastic fork, your left shoe, and a 1995 issue of Time magazine. Wow. You can send me a picture of those three things. I will believe that you are real, and we will continue this. If you cannot prove that you are real, I will cease correspondence with you. Sincerely,
this person stopped reading a good 5 sentences ago. TLDR.
Vern, hit send. Hit send right now, Vern.
Vern, listen
and then
to
tell
the
me,
lady
and tell
in the
me
podcast
what happens.
Who says, do not send another message.
And we'll see who he listens to.
The husband agrees.
Well, if you want my opinion, Vern, walk away. Just walk away.
Just walk away. Yeah. So Rod, did you say you've never been catfished? Because you're more on the dating scene. You're single.
I am not.
You're mingling. You're out
scene.
there. You're I'm a wild and crazy guy.
You think high of me. So I have not been catfished. I don't use online dating sites because they're bullshit. I know a lot of them, like for women it's free, but for men, you have to pay so much a month.
That's stupid.
Thank you, Lisa.
That's fucking stupid.
That's bullshit. I prefer to meet people like who I'm interested in, like naturally, like in the real world. And also recently I've been notified that I'm intimidating, so I guess that right there is probably another reason why I'm not single. I mean, I am single, sorry. Plus, look at this.
Way with words.
I know, right? Look at this. I have a face for radio, so we'll just leave it at that.
Stop it.
Oh, you.
Well, you're on you're on YouTube right now, pal. So
I know, right? It's weird. But no, I'm different than most people because, like, I don't know. I want to find somebody, but in the same aspect, I'm not going to sit there and waste my time. I don't have that much time left to waste. I'm actually very, very jealous of Lisa because Lisa found the love of her life.
Yeah.
Early in life.
But see, it can happen. It can happen.
That's
not early in life. Not early in life.
When? Okay. How long? When did you meet?
So I was 34.
Okay. So you were 34.
Yeah. I wouldn't say early. I mean, got married.
That's pretty early. You two are going to, live to be in your 70s or 80s, and you're going to be fighting as to who gets the diabetic medication for the day.
That's true. Fuck.
Well, you're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. No, I want to meet somebody naturally, and I want to.
But what is naturally nowadays, though? Like, are people still going? No, fair question. Are people still going to bars and clubs and meeting people, or is it just more like happenstance, or is it all online dating now?
I said I want to meet somebody naturally, not get an STD.
But I mean, I really do think that the bulk of it is online now.
Yeah, a lot of it is.
I think it is.
A lot of it is online. But see, I'm also at the point in my life where I'm just going to sit there and talk to somebody. Like if I go to a bar, which, I'm going to be that guy who's just like, yeah, you're going to remember me, in a good way, mind you, in a good way, because, I don't want to be that creepy dude.
Yeah. Just being friendly.
Be friendly. And yeah, I'm a little bit insane. So, they're going to either like that or they're going to hate it, and I can't be anything else but me,
Right.
Exactly.
Nor
And if
should
they-
you.
Yeah,
If they
don't
don't
be
like
anyone
it-
else besides you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
if they don't like it, then, suck my left tit.
There you go.
Make
Well,
sure
I-
that's your headline.
Let it and let somebody
Suck my left tit.
and let it be somebody who can put up with you saying that. And
Watch,
actually would laugh.
I find somebody be like, yeah, why don't you just suck my left tit? And she's like, why don't you just pop it out, bitch?
And then
and
you
I'll be
marry
like,
that person
Love at
instantly.
first sight.
You marry that person instantly.
You want to go get a mochaccino?
All right. Okay. Well, there you go. Hopefully, Vern, we helped in our way that only we can help you.
Yeah,
I don't-
shop local, Vern.
And
Remember
please
that.
tell me the thing.
Local.
Please tell me you sent the thing that I told you to send, because that would be awesome.
Do not send what he told you to
Don't
send.
listen to Lisa. Don't listen to Lisa, Vern.
I would be
gotta
impressed
do
if she had a 1995 issue of Time magazine. That right there is just like,
That's how you know she's worth it. If she's
where the
willing to
hell
go
did she
get that,
from?
if she's willing to go get that, she'll be willing to do
On an
anything
oil
with Vern.
rig. Give
Yes.
me a break.
I don't know how oil rigs
she'd be like,
work.
wait,
Can
wait,
she not leave
I
the
know I
oil
have it
rig?
there.
Is she
Oh.
permanently stuck on the oil rig
Alright,
the rest
didn't
of her
you
life?
watch Armageddon? I don't know.
Yeah, Bruce Willis chased Ben Affleck, and then they dived into the water, and then they're in space. Is that how every
Absolutely
oil?
spot
Is that how
on.
every oil
Seen
rig
for
works?
seen how that works.
Is that
Basically, yeah.
every oil rig?
All of them.
You get chased by Bruce Willis, and you dive in the ocean, and then suddenly you're in space. Well, Vern, I can tell you, I think she's in space, so you might not have a chance. I'm
All I
sorry.
know is there's a lot of guys and a lot of jacking. So I mean, I would worry.
I don't even know what that means.
A friend told
anyway.
me this.
Anyway, so thank you, Vern, for writing in. Appreciate it as always. We love you here.
You deserve better, Vern. That's
You're going to get a second shout out in about a minute. Now, to everyone listening, if you go to patreon.com/rabbitholepods, you will get a bonus Let us help somebody question, because in the Patreon, I have handpicked a question from Reddit that I am going to ask Rob and Lisa, and they're going to give their advice to this poor sap on Reddit. But that is only going to be on patreon.com/rabbitholepod. $3 a month will get you access to that exclusive clip that you will not find anywhere else.
Nowhere.
Only going to be there. So go do that now. With that said, let's wrap up the show.
Like a porn star.
Whatever with Jason Soto is hosted by me, Jason Soto, and these two guys that I found on Plenty of Fish, Rob Branch. And Lisa
that's
Sally
Swill
Haynes.
Hole. Yes.
I can be
Holy
found on
hell.
Twitter at Famous Comedian, on Instagram at I'm_Famous Comedian, or you can email the show at whateverjasonsoto@gmail.com. If you have some problems, some help, some advice you want us to impart on you for some reason, you can email it to whateverjasonsoto@gmail.com. We will do our best to help you out. That's what we're here for. We're here to help people. Our Facebook group is facebook.com/groups/rabbitholepod. Also, you can follow Rabbit Hole Podcasts on Twitter at RabbitHP. And finally, you should go check out rabbitholepodcast.com.
Rabbit hole.
I have been working with our friend Bear in improving the site, and just day by day, it's just getting better. So
Day by day.
go check it all out over rabbitholepodcast.com. You can find this show on Spotify, Anchor, Apple, Google, or if you say real loudly, Alexa, play whatever with Jason Soto podcast. It will play the recent episode of this show. So enjoy that. Also add a dildo to the shopping list. Okay. The mixtape intro song was made by friend of the show, Lackey. Thank you very much, Lackey. The beginning and ending song is Liam Lynch's United States of Whatever from the album Fake Song. Speaking of Patreon, you guys on Patreon are fucking amazing.
The
Thank
best.
you all so much. Chris R. from AfterCredits.com. Thank you so much, Chris R. The Vern.
We solved
Thank
your
you.
problem.
Bird.
Thank you, Vern.
Vern is good people.
The globe-trotting benefactor known as Silent Partner. Thank you so much, Silent Partner. Update. Silent Partner is doing wonderful on his trip. He has reached out to me a few times, and he's having the time of his life. So
that's amazing.
I'm glad you're having fun.
I love that.
Nimrod Forrest, thank you so much, Nimrod Forrest. Carl, thank you so much, Carl. Richard Kirkham, thank you so much, Richard. Bear, thank you so much, Bear, who I think is going to just cancel their Patreon because
probably, yes.
I probably wouldn't blame them. And Sherry Coombs, thank you so much, Sherry, for being a member. You want to be a badass like these guys, you can go to patreon.com/rabbitholepods. $3 a month. You get early access to every show that we do, mostly on Rabbit Hole Podcast. And there's all kinds of great bonus stuff for you to check out.
And cookies
will not ever be found anywhere else but on Patreon. So go check that out. Rob, Lisa, thank you so much, as always, for doing the show with me. I love you guys.
Thank you.
It's always a good time.
Mr. Director.
Look forward to the next episode. Everyone out there listening and or watching, thank you all very much for supporting us. You guys are awesome as well. Wash your goddamn hands and keep your head in the clouds and your feet in the mud. Adios.
Acting!